So I'd love to hear, Nan, if you could explain a little
Sure.
bit about the book without giving any spoilers away, because I know there's
I
some
would love
spoilers
to.
that could be
Thank you,
given
Liz.
away.
And huge thanks to you, Liz. We really, really appreciate Greenheart Living Press. Everybody go for it. The nearest thing to heaven is the life story of a woman I had the pleasure of knowing who was a British spy during World War II. She was from the island of Malta. Excuse me. And it's basically just her life story. She lived a life that most women of her time were not brave enough to live. And she just decided to live and do what she wanted to do. And she sort of went against all odds.
Mm, mm,
But it's an exciting story. We've wrote it first as a movie many years ago. And
mm.
it's hard to sell a $300 million movie. So we were encouraged to book and we
Mhm,
found you and we went forward and did it.
mm. How did you decide to create it together?
Well, you want to tell that story,
Katina,
Katina?
you want to tell that story?
Yeah, absolutely. We were working together on the movie Waterworld. Uh,
Mm,
I was in Hawaii, Nan lived there, and I I dressed Nan, and we got to become friends. And
mm.
one day we were sitting on the set, and there are bombs going off.
Oh
There's
my.
testosterone everywhere. It is such a big, explosive set to be. It really was to be on. And I said to Nan, and we're sitting there going, huh? Um, we really need more female action adventure heroes. And Nan said, well, I knew one. I said, you're kidding.
Mm,
And Nan gave me a short story that she had written based on her 4-day interaction with this woman, Mary,
mm,
years and years ago. And I was hooked and it launched. And that was in 1994.
mm,
So
mhm,
we traveled the world
mm,
basically all over. We found all the people who were then still alive who had known her. And we went from the Caribbean to Malta to New York to London. And we poured through, we didn't have the internet then. So we went to all these libraries and learned about everything from genealogy to the siege of Malta for 2 years during World War II. And we just hunted her down basically. And my experience with her was that she had commanded me pretty much to write her life story.
mm,
And Tina said, I'll come along and we'll do it. And we did. We went to the Caribbean. We really had quite a time
mm.
just, you know, trying to write the story. And many people told us, look, a movie's hard to sell, so why don't you write the book? And of course, we said we don't write books. And
Well, you did now. Yeah, and
Here we are.
it
turned out we wrote a book. So and it was fun. It took us years to
Mm,
do it, to
mm,
figure out how to get it out in the world
mhm,
because, well, we've never written books before, and
mm.
it's hard to get someone interested uh, in a new author who's writing historical fiction. But we somehow managed to do it.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, and it's you can tell as you're reading it, I can tell that you really researched this so thoroughly because I feel like as I'm reading it that I am there with them, right? I'm there with Mary, I'm there with the different characters, and it feels like I'm experiencing with them. And it's because you went around and you really did your research in a way that's a lot different than people would do now,
yeah.
right? But probably they should do it this way, right? Of actually interviewing the people, being in the locations where these places are, right? Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely. And we really did um, go to all these places and do all these things. And we're glad we did because it did give us what it looked like and smelled like and tasted
Mm,
like. So and then when we did sit down to write the book, we had the internet. So
Yeah.
we were
mhm,
able to even watch shots of Malta being bombed and all
right.
kinds of things that we had to make up in the past.
So I also want to talk a little bit about how this cover came to be with this image. Because this is an actual picture, right?
Yeah.
Of
Yes, well, Katina designed that cover and found Kelly DeForest, who did the finishing touches on it. We were able to locate a couple in the North Carolina. Is it North Carolina,
South
Katina?
Carolina, near
Yeah,
Hilton Head.
who had the plane that was pretty much similar to the one our heroine had. And we got them to help us out, and they took this photo. They had someone take the photo, which was taken on the ground. We had the woman get the 1950s manicure. These
Yeah.
people are so wonderful. And then Katina figured out how to put it all together with other photos of St. Kitts and Nevis in the background in the Caribbean, and it somehow came. It took 6 months to come together, but it did.
Worth it, worth it. What did you learn in the process of writing?
Well, we learned that we had no idea how to in the world. And basically, I think we've learned that editing is so important. You just have to keep going at it. And I've done a lot of editing over the years, and I find that people give up. They don't even read their own stuff to find out, but we did, and because there were two of us, I think we learned that we were really glad we had each other. Probably would have given up a long time ago if not.
Well, we've been talking all this time. It's been, as Nan said beautifully, we've had, a conversation, the longest conversation ever. And this woman is so inspiring that she held our interest and passion for this amount of time. She's still exciting. And she's actually given other women who have read the book courage to go out and tackle their own lives in a new way. And that's really what excites us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What a beautiful way to hold her legacy and share it, and also inspire so many people by hearing her story.
Yeah.
So inspiring.
It's exciting for us, definitely.
Do you have any advice for people writing a book?
Well, edit, and get help with it. And you think it's done, edit it again, because it's just so important, I think. And also, don't give up on yourself, I guess. What would you say, Katina?
If you find and have a project that inspires you enough, it will propel you. But that to me is the biggest concern. If we didn't have this incredible woman to write about, I can't even imagine the idea of sustaining this. I mean, we did have a big gap between writing the screenplay and tackling the novel. And we both swore we wouldn't write the novel. And somehow, Nan, in 2019, in December, she had some intuitive nudge of COVID. And she said, Katina, I think, I've edited 12 books. I think I'm ready to turn this into one. And I said, oh, sure.
Yeah, great idea.
So basically, I took the screenplay and wrote it out as prose, and there was 100 pages. And Katina is such a great, well, we're both really big researchers, but she has all the notes were so perfect. And we went back into our notes and all our interviews we did with people, and we just thought this is just so fun, because in the screenplay, it's a 120-page format where you can only describe so many things. So the book, we could just diverge and go off on tangents, and that was just super exciting. And so I think we learned a lot about how to write and how to express ourselves during that.
Exactly. Well, I've also read a lot of screenplays, and there's and Nan and I both are quick in terms of boom, boom, boom. And we wanted the book to really move. And so that was it. We wanted to make you feel like you're right there, but yet, and also with Mary. But again, we learned something a long time ago. I mean, every scene needs to propel that character forward or that concept forward. And if it doesn't, you kind of have to, like, what was it about the pearls, Nan? Kill your pearls. Like, there's some things really
your darlings, just
yes, kill your darlings. Yes.
Kill the darlings. Be willing.
Yeah, we wrote a number of screenplays, different movies, and we took classes on how to write screenplays. And, that's where we learned that phrase that don't get hung up on something because you think it's so precious. Does it really relate to the story? And, you have to keep people's interest, and you have to, I think, because Katina's a costume designer and I was a dancer and a performer. I think we really understood how to use all the senses.
Mm.
Like, what does something look like, taste like, smell like? What are they wearing?
Right.
Exactly.
It didn't even occur to me before that no wonder the dialogue is so good in this book, but because you wrote it as a screenplay first. It's only occurring to me right now.
And
Right?
many screenplays are written by two people because it is pretty much a conversation.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Mm.
that's
Very cool. Anything else you'd like to have people know?
well, one thing is that even though there's a woman with red nail polish on the cover, we're getting a lot of positive feedback from men and from
That's always nice.
all ages, really.
Good.
And where there's been a lot about World War II here. There's been a lot about female spies in France. This happens to take us into Italy, which is more unusual. And just the details, just getting into these beautiful details about people's lives. And you were, of all the editors we had, other than ourselves, you really were good, Liz. You really helped us. So anybody out there, just know that he's really good, and you can call me for editing too.
Thank you so much. What is the best way for people to connect with both of you? What's the best way for them to engage with you directly? Is there a way?
Our website, I'd say,
Okay.
the nearest thing to heaven.com.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you can buy the book through that website as well. But on our website, we have beautiful maps for people who do buy. I recorded the audio version in a recording studio here. It's not quite up yet, but it will be. And because people who listen don't see the maps, we put them on our website, and they were hand drawn by Kelly DeForest, and they're really beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very beautiful maps. And I do want to ask about the audio recording. What was that process like?
Oh my God.
People often, I've heard it's the hardest thing you could ever do.
Nan was,
Go ahead.
Nan would be on the phone. She'd say, Katina, I just keep hearing myself breathing. And I'm thinking,
oh no.
Yeah, that's true. And I had a wonderful, we hired someone originally, an Australian actress who's a friend, but she ended up getting a lot of success in her career. So she took off doing things. And then Katina and I both realized that I had studied acting my whole life, and why are we paying someone else to do it? Right. And I had a great sound engineer here, a wonderful young man, and he really helped us so much. But it was a long process, because it's a couple hours at a time. And as soon as I finished, I said, okay, now I'm ready to do this. I know what it is. But it was done. We redid some of it to get rid of all that breathing.
You never knew how much you breathed, right?
But then I listened to Meryl Streep doing a book, and I thought, okay, I'm all right. She's breathing too.
Yeah. We want you to keep breathing. We want you to continue. Oh.
Yeah, but I would call Katina constantly because it was a little nerve-wracking. And then I guess I forgot I was doing it, and I just got into the process of it. But what was great was that Katina and I both, we don't write in tandem the way a lot of other people do. We don't say, you take this chapter or you take this character. We did every word. We can both tell you where every word in that book came. And it was really a fascinating process to just keep letting go of your ego and, your need to be the one who's right. We just kind of let go of all that, I think, don't you, Katina?
Yeah, and I'm always aware, and when I'm reading a book, if I become self-conscious of the author, I am turned off because suddenly I've been pulled out. So for us, it really, Nan would help me, I'd help Nan. Okay, we're staying, this is Nan, this was Mary's voice, this is Mary's voice, and let's stay focused on her.
Mm.
And that's the thing. And the other thing about a little bit of advice I was talking about with Nan is, we have these fabulous phones. Start talking. Talk into your notes. Have the phone spell it all out. Get some ideas out. You can at least or you can have a conversation with your AI,
Right.
Um, but some way or another, get your ideas, not necessarily at a keyboard, because we have these things and we're propelled by our heart and our mind and our emotions, and speaking it quite often can really help.
That's, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many different ways to write and create that don't have to be sitting at a desk typing it out.
Yeah,
And it's
absolutely.
amazing that you have both found a way to create together. That's really, that must be an amazing opportunity, but also very challenging. So
It
not
was,
everyone can pull this off.
it really flowed mostly, and I love to hear my husband Bobby's talk about it. He's been listening to this for
Right.
years. And it is a fascinating process to work like this with someone else and not need to be right. And it's not even humbling. It's actually enlightening and opening. And you realize forget survival of the fittest. It's survival of those who cooperate with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you know what else? Because when you're going back and forth, one person will say one thing, and maybe there might be a couple little back and forths on it, but then suddenly there's something else that comes from it. And it's like, and it's either Nan or I will go, oh, no, that's right. That just suddenly it feels right. And so that's really, it's been a very fascinating and incredible journey of using intuition and letting that, which is your right brain, right? You're not, stepping and getting out of that left brain and going, okay, let's go, let's roll with it. And we really enjoy writing together. We have a great time.
Yeah, we really did. That doesn't mean we're going to write any more books, but we
never again.
said
Would
we'd
the
never do one.
screenplay change based on the book that you wrote? If you wrote the screenplay after this, would it be different? I'm
Well,
curious.
it'll be 8 screenplays, because it would be it would be like an 8.
Right. It would,
You know what
yes.
I'm saying? Because we were able to flush out the beauty of Malta and the texture. I don't know if we could go back, I'm sure, but I don't know how much we'd change it, because we're
I think we would just expand it. I think that screenplay is 120 pages, as I said. This book is 400 and something pages.
Yeah.
And it was actually really fun for us writing the author's note too, because we got to tell the story about the story. When we worked on Waterworld together, we had this wonderful guy, Chris, who did the making of Waterworld. And right then we referred back to that sometimes, and we say, that was just as exciting as the movie, maybe in that case, even more exciting, who knows? But the whole thing has been a journey that I don't think either of us would trade for anything, really. Yeah. It's been really incredible. But yeah, well, it will be 6 or 8 screenplays, limited series.
Sounds good.
And the actresses we first thought would play Mary 25, 30 years ago. And maybe play her mother now.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh, well, I want to commend you for finishing this project and getting it out there and making it real, right? A lot of people, they have this vision for something and they don't stick with it and make it happen, and you did. And I'm so excited to hear the different feedback that we get from readers on this book. It's so exciting. So it is available in paperback, in ebook, and in audiobook now. And so the nearest thing to heaven.com did I get the website right? Okay.
Yeah. The nearest thing
Awesome.
to heaven.com. Yeah. And I just thank everybody up there that we had each other and you, because we
Yeah,
this was
Liz.
not something we couldn't have stuck with it. It's
Mm.
just too many details, too much depth. And
Mm.
I'm amazed at people who write by themselves things, these huge.
Yeah, it's very impressive for people to do that. And
Mhm.
Liz, you're such a good cheerleader. And I think honestly, if you had told us all that we had to do,
Yeah.
We wouldn't be having this conversation today.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't want people to know. Yeah. And we
But
don't know what it will take. Every book is
true.
different, right? We don't know what it will take to get to that finished product. And both of you were so committed to being authentic and real and genuine and reflect Mary's life true, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That you really went the extra length to make sure that everything met your criteria, right? And not everybody would go through that extra, do that
Yeah.
extra mile.
And we felt like we had Mary watching over us, in fact, sort of manipulating us.
Yeah.
How many times we were stuck and birds would hit my window.
Oh,
And
literally.
oh no, poor bird. But she's a powerful woman, right?
Yeah, and a troublemaker.
And a
I mean,
troublemaker. Yeah.
she was a badass. I mean, one of the original badasses. And
Whew.
that's also what has propelled us, is that she was unbelievable.
and that I had this experience all those years ago,
Yeah.
meeting her and flying in her plane in the Caribbean, and that it came to this. It's really phenomenal. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time
You too,
to
Liz.
be on the journey with you. It's been really cool.
Thank you.